Behind us is the Volvo V90 and we're here in the Lake District.
As you can see, wintry, snowy, icy day, but we've got the perfect contender for those conditions. We've got the D4 R-Design.
Now this car has got plenty of competition. There's the Mercedes E-Class and the BMW 5 Series Touring.
As Michael said, this is a serious contender. So I'm going to be looking at the styling, I'm going to be looking at the functionality, the practicality, basically what the car's about and what you get for your money.
I'm going to be taking it on the road, seeing what it's like to drive, and then we're going to bring you our verdict on whether or not this is the car for you.
Stepping into the interior of the Volvo V90, you're immediately met with this really luxury feel. You've got soft touch plastics, you've got leather, we've got stitching around it. You've also got these metals, you've got chromes, and there's lots of gloss as well, and it makes the car feel very executive, but it also gives it a sporty feel. Another thing you'll notice are these sports seats, rather buckety and fully electric. You've got this infotainment system with this portrait style layout. Now this controls most things in the car, to be honest. You can control all your media settings, your connectivity, and also all the car's adjustments. And when you look at the rest of the center console, you can see that you've got dual zone climate control, a sporty shifter, that's an automatic box. You've also got this start engine stop, and this twists. That's quite a unique feature that we've only found on Volvos up to now. And also this little spinny dial, and this adjusts your driving mode. Practicality wise, the car's got you covered. You've got lots of headroom, you've got lots of legroom. You've also got fully adjustable electric seats, which are very comfortable and very sporty looking, add to the R-Design look. You've also got adjustable steering wheel. And when it comes to the rest of the car, you've got some decent sized door bins where you can fit a bottle of water, a rather cavernous glove box where you can fit a tablet, a packet of crisps. And when you look in the center console, you've also got lots of functional space there too. You've got 12-volt adapters and cup holders. And you've also got this cubby hole here where you can fit some fine artisan products. In the cubby hole, you've got twin USBs. You've also, in this car, we've got the optional CD player. Stepping into the rear of the car, you can see you've got lots of headroom, you've got lots of legroom. The seat's set up for me, and I'm 6'3". As you can see, there's lots of legroom. There's lots of room for two people. It's very comfortable, and the leather really adds that luxurious feel. You've also got lots of touches all round. You've got chromes, you've got great finishes in metal, and the stitching, it just adds that executive level to it. And another thing we've not seen in the car is a 3-pin plug, so you can do some light office work. Overall, it's very airy, it's very spacious. The panoramic sunroof means that you've got lots of light, even with the privacy glass. Door bins, decent size, you can fit a bottle of water, and then you've got the pull down armrest with these cool cup holders. Safety wise, you've got ISOFIX points and curtain airbags all around the vehicle. Overall, a really great place to be.
Coming to the boot of the car, you've got a power tailgate. There is also this electronic load cover, and you've got 560 litres of boot space back here. There are plenty of tethering points finished in chrome here, and also on the back of the seats. There's also a divider here, and there's also a little bit more storage underneath the boot floor. There's also a space saver spare wheel. The parcel shelf is easily removable. You then can fold down the rear seats by just pushing a button. They are split folding, and there is also a ski hatch if you want to use that. Once the seats are folded flat, there is 1526 litres of boot space. It's a completely flat load floor, and there's plenty of features back here with the tethering points, 12-volt sockets, and also the clever dividers.
Taking a look at the front of the car, you can see this sporty styling. R-Design looks. You've got lots of glossy plastics, you've got these perfect sculpted lines. You've also got the Thor hammer headlamps. You've got daytime LED running lights. You can also see from the front, it's got the flared arches to give it that sporty look, which obviously goes in hand with the R-Design. As for IntelliSafe options in this, the driving aids are absolutely astounding. You've got autopilot, you've got self-dipping lights, and it really does make the car feel so safe. I mean, it's one of the safest cars in its class anyway. I mean, Volvos have always been considered very safe, but they've also been considered very boxy. Well, this is one of the most beautiful cars in its class. Looking at the side profile of the V90, you can see it's a strikingly good looking car. It's got its flared arches, it's got its 18-inch alloy wheels, chrome surrounds around the privacy glass, phenomenal panoramic sunroof, and also the body lines, they just make that car. It's got this low roof line, but don't be surprised, it doesn't really compromise much of the boot space. It's slightly smaller than the other vehicles in its class, but it's a compromise you'd make. Stepping round to the rear of the V90, it's unmistakably Volvo. You can tell by the rear lenses and the shape and the whole road presence of this car. You've got the rear spoiler, you can see the chrome, you've got the shark fin aerial and these twin exhaust pipes. And if you look on the right hand side of the car, you can see it's a D4, and because it's the R-Design, it has the R symbol. Tech wise, at the back you've got a 360-degree reversing camera and parking sensors.
So what's the V90 like to drive? Well, you might expect, because of its large dimensions, it might be quite a handful. However, it's in fact one of the most relaxing cars we've driven. The model we've got here is the D4 R-Design. So that means you have 190 brake horsepower, 2-litre diesel engine. And it's more than capable of pulling this car along. Even with a couple of people on board and some luggage, it can still get you out of trouble if you need to, and it's more than capable of pulling up to 70 miles an hour on a motorway. The steering in this car is perfect. It's almost effortless on a motorway, however it still has a good feeling of direction and you're able to go into corners with ease. Optional air suspension is available on this car, however in all honesty you don't really need it. Thanks to the free driving modes, the car is more than comfortable enough when you want to have a leisurely drive, you know, on a long motorway cruise. However, if you're wanting some more spirited driving, dynamic mode tightens up the steering and the car is more than capable of going around tight bends. There's absolutely no body roll and it holds the road very, very well. That's probably thanks to the very wide profile tyres as well. A nice addition is the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. That is only available on the R-Design model. There is also the Sport Box available as well. You've barely even noticed it changing gear most of the time, and you're able to shift quickly when you need to overtake something or when you're on a motorway. We've driven over 500 miles and got over 45 mpg, which is fairly impressive for a car this size. There is one slight trade-off with the suspension. Sometimes if you do get a particularly large pothole, you do feel it. However, you've got to weigh up whether or not it's worth the compromise. It must be said that the intelligent driving aids and the safety features on this car are some of the best on the market today. The autopilot, the adaptive cruise control, the blind spot detection and autonomous braking make it feel very safe in here. The self-dipping lights on this car are some of the best on the market. They're instantly able to recognise cars and dip and then almost instantly come back on again. When I say this car has autopilot, I'm not joking. It will brake, it will accelerate, and it will also steer. It uses the car in front to brake and accelerate, and it follows the white line for the steering. It's actually quite remarkable. The distances you can cover with not even having any real driver input into the car is outstanding. The V90 has some really nice touches. The auto-dimming rear mirror and side mirrors make it really nice to drive at night. The TFT display, which changes depending on which mode you're in when it comes to the driving. There's also media and sat-nav which displays in there as well. There's kick plates along the doors, which are just that nice added touch. This car provides a perfect blend of comfort, handling, practicality and economy. If you're in the market for a premium estate car, you've got to take a look at the V90. Overall, the V90 is a great contender. It stands out in a very competitive market.
As you can see, when you add the R-Design as well, you get a really good looking car, you get handling, you get a really sporty feel for an executive car.
Overall, we really like it and we would thoroughly recommend a V90 if you're in the market for a premium estate.
For more impartial car reviews, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.